Welcome back to the GSL Codas. We're going to go on to Innovation against DRG.
That's right. Of course, Cure took the first spot in that round of 4. This guy is fearsome. We've seen every matchup out of him. He looked godly in all of them. None of the games look close for him so far this season. Could he Royal Road it? Well, no, because he's going to have to play Rain in the finals. And oh, God. Guys. You think his 4 medevac drop is going to work against Rain? It's going to be hilarious when all the medevacs die, like one Marauder gets out. Rain doesn't even lose a unit in a 30-minute PBT. He's got like a 15K bank. Come on, let's be real.
This matchup should be pretty good, though. Innovation, DRG. I'm leaning towards Innovation here, but maybe that's a bit foolish after seeing how well DRG did against Flash.
I lean towards Innovation as well. I think most people probably do. It seems like his base skill set is like higher than DRG's, but DRG is someone that can always beat anyone. He's just so smart.
The thing about DRG is that it seems like he's very good at preparing for a best of 5.
Okay.
But Innovation just mechanically, I think, has an edge here.
He's definitely mechanically a strong player.
Again, it feels funny to say because DRG just beat Flash, but I think DRG had a very good read on Flash here. That was one where he got to watch Flash play throughout the day.
Yeah.
That was round of 16. This is a little bit different. He's going to be going right into a best of 5, and he's going to have to be adapting to his opponent. Innovation has a lot of different play styles. I mean, I know he was really well known for doing the SCV pulls at crazy times. I don't think it's going to happen at all in this series, but he's really blossomed as a player with a lot of different play styles. Let's go and take a look at the a video for these two players and see how they got here.
이신영 왕의 귀함을 좌절시키면서 결승갑니다. 이게 무슨 일입니까? 이신영이 패자조에서 탈락하고요. 이신영 선수 8강, 4강 결승까지 돌아봐야 되거든요. 제가 박수 정말 힘들게 4강 올라가네요. 화려한 부활을 신고합니다.
김도욱 선수와 맞대결을 펼칠
Time for the interview with DRG and Innovation.
이번 경기에 나서는 선수는 직전 경기와 정반대로 최고의 적을 who will be Cure's opponent 두 선수가 만났는데요. 자, 부활을 노리고 있는 두 선수, 박수호 선수와 이신영 선수 만나보겠습니다.
Both these players here, champions previously.
안녕하세요.
Now saying hello.
자, 두 분이 이렇게 딱 만나게 됐습니다. 먼저 이신영 선수 4시즌 만에 8강에 돌아오셨는데 소감 어떠세요?
So first Innovation.
네, 오랜만에 8강에 와서
It took you 3 seasons to get to the round of 8. Your thoughts?
오늘은 되게 자신감도 있고 또 오늘 무조건 승리한다고 생각하고 왔기 때문에 되게 좋은 경기를 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같아요.
네,
And I think I
이용호
prepared really well for
선수는
today.
누구라도 다 괜찮다 말씀을 하셨는데 진출자로
Innovation, you said with the exception of Flash, you don't care who you're facing up against.
네, 아무래도 준비하기가 저그가 좀 더 편안감이 있어가지고 저그가 올라왔을
Well, for me, I actually am pretty comfortable preparing for a Zerg player.
네.
But you know, DRG is not really on my list of Zergs when I think about them.
피하고 싶었던 이용호
So I'm kind of happy
선수를
to be
공업기까지
facing off
하실
against
수
DRG
있을
now.
것 같은데 어떠셨나요?
네, 고맙다는 말 전하고 싶어요.
아, 고맙다고 전해달라고 하셨는데요. 자, 사실
You know, DRG got rid of Flash. Are you thankful for that? He says, yes, I am.
말씀을 하셨거든요.
So over to DRG now.
땡큐인가요?
막상 그 말을 하고 그 스킬 해보니까
You said you wanted to be meeting Terrence. You still want to be facing up against Terrence like Innovation?
했는데 도토리 키재기더라고요.
She's asking if he's happy to be facing up against Innovation. He says,
잘못됐구나. 네, 연습하면서 느꼈어요.
yeah, you know, I kind of regret what I said about that now that I'm facing Innovation here.
자, 사실 박수호 선수도 군단의 심장에서 8강이 처음입니다. 소감이 어떠세요?
사실
Since Heart of the Swarm,
옛날에는
this has been your first round of 8.
마음먹으면
How
가는
do you feel?
거겠지 했는데 2년 동안 못 가다 보니까
Yeah, I know in the past
여기가 정말 그리웠었고 이렇게
it
또
was easier for me to get to the round of 8.
준비하면서 내가
Back then it was nothing.
앞으로 더 잘해서 결승까지 가야겠구나.
But now, with the skill level of GSL, it takes me 2 years to get to the round of 8.
이렇게 소감들을
And I'm pretty
들어봤는데
desperate to get to the round of 4.
무소속이라는 공통점까지 있습니다. 그동안 어떻게 준비하셨는지 궁금하거든요.
Both players
박소
are
선수
teamless here.
16강전 때 지인의 도움을 아주 크게 받아서 승리도 할 수 있었는데 이번엔 어떻게
She
하셨어요?
says, so I'm wondering, how did you guys prepare without being on a team?
모르는 사람 아는 사람 다 끌어다 모아서 네, 그런 식으로 연습을 했어요.
Well, this time,
와, 오늘
I
어떤
asked a lot of my
경기가
former
나올지
teammates for
기대가
help.
되는데요. 이신영 선수는 어떻게 하셨어요?
and all other fans who
저는
could play
그냥
against me.
거의 레더 위주로 많이 연습했어요.
Innovation says,
레더
yeah, I
위주로
mostly
준비를 했다
focus playing on the ladder.
말씀하셨는데요. 상대 종족전 최근 승률이 두 분 모두 정확하게 7승 3패입니다. 여기에 테란전도 자신 있다고 하시고
Both of you
저그전
got
자신
high
있다고
win rates
하시니까
against
누가
the
이길지를
opposing
예상하기가
race here.
힘든데요. 두 분의 예상 스코어
It's really hard to predict who's gonna win tonight.
선수.
Innovation, what are your predictions for tonight?
저는 3대 0으로 이길 것 같아요.
I think
3대 0
3-0.
전승을
I'm
예고해
gonna crush
주셨는데
DRG and make it to the next round.
퇴근하겠네요. 박소 선수는 어떻게 예상하세요?
저도
And DRG,
3대
your
0
predictions.
아니면 거의 진다는 마인드이기 때문에 네,
I think it's gonna be
3대 0으로
3-0.
이겨야 될 것 같아요.
두 분 모두 전승으로 내가 이길 것 같다 말씀을 하셨습니다. 자, 이 두 분 모두 이 상대 종족전에 굉장히 강하기 때문에 잘하는 비결을 좀 들어볼게요. 박소 선수, 테란전 어떻게 그렇게 잘하세요?
You guys have both been strong against the opposing race. What is your
옛날엔 그냥
secret?
드론만 뽑아도 이겼었는데 요즘엔 그냥 뭐 잘 째고
In the
잘
past,
맞고 모든 걸 다 잘해야 이길 수 있는 것 같아요.
그렇군요.
only
보니까 이신정 선수도 저그전
Only in
승률이
the past, I only had to
70%가
make drones win my
넘더라고요.
matchups,
그렇게
but
잘할 수 있는 비결이
now it's different.
뭔가요?
I'm still pretty confident.
네, 아무래도
So,
저그전
Innovation, what
같은
is your secret? You have a win rate of over
저그전 자체가
70%.
좀 아무 생각 없이 좀 손만 빠르면 잘할 수 있는 것 같아가지고
저그전
When I-
무시하시는 거예요?
When I have Zerg matches, I don't really think too much.
이렇게 그렇군요.
I just
이렇게
go with the flow.
잘하는 비결에 대해서 들어봤는데요. 자, 두 선수 서로에 대한 애틋한 마음도 조금은 있을 것 같습니다. 오늘 이 경기 시작하기 전에 애정을 듬뿍 담아서 서로에게 한마디씩을
So
해보도록 하죠.
before we have our
가장 먼저
matches, any
이신영
final
선수
words to
해볼까요?
your opponent?
아예 잘하시는 저라고 생각하고 있고요. 또 오늘 멋있는
I know you're one of the
경기
very top class Zerg players.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 박소 선수도 들어볼게요.
Let's just play some great matches.
잘하는 저그 선수니까 나의 최고의 들러리가 돼달라는 말로 들리는 것 같은데요.
네.
저도
Yeah, like you said,
최대한
I'm
주인공이
actually one of the
되도록
top class Zerg
서로
players.
잘했으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 이렇게
let's play
두
some great
분의
games.
마지막 말씀까지 들어봤는데요. 오늘 이 경기
Wow.
역시 흥미진진할 것 같습니다.
DRG
이 경기
literally just
시작하기 전에
echoed
두
everything
분의
that Innovation
데이터
said.
확인해보겠습니다.
All right, now to the player information.
두
like,
번째 대결이죠.
Innovation's like, I'm going to 3-0, and then DRG's like, yeah, I'm going to 3-0. And then Innovation's like, you're a great player, so let's have great matches. And DRG's like, yeah, I'm a great player, as you said, so let's have great matches. Like, I don't know about that interview from DRG. Like, Innovation, like, that's what I expect from Innovation. He's like, all right, these are my answers. And then DRG's like, okay, those are my answers too. And it was like kind of weird. That's not really the DRG that we know, but the thing is he like was really talking himself down in the last round. I wonder if he's just doing that little trick where you're acting like, you know,
Like, oh,
you're just
gee
kind of
whiz,
acting
guys, I
cool.
shouldn't be here. I just, I'm going to do my
Yeah.
best.
It was kind of a weird interview from DRG.
You
I
know,
wish that
DRG
Party would just give every interview for everyone. That's what I want. MC
I
is
love
good at it,
Party's
too, actually.
interviews. MC's interview is very good,
Yeah.
too. Genius way back when did great interviews as
Oh,
well.
yeah. Oh, God. Hey, maybe he comes back to GSL. He won't be able to do Europe anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
We're about to have most of the Koreans come back here. It's going to make next year's GSL crazy.
Well,
So I'm predicting this 3-1 for Innovation.
yeah, that sounds about right. But, you know, I don't know. There's something about the way DRG gave that interview. Just like last time, too. The way he was talking
Something-
beforehand, I'm like, this is weird. He might make it out of this group.
Something about
And
how he
did.
beat Flash like that back there, too. That was,
Yeah. I'm not. I don't trust DRG. He's a sneaky one.
he's a sneaky snake.
He won't quite let you know where he's at in terms of skill. And obviously, he had a lot of time off there. Like, both these guys looking for new teams, the deeper they get, like, directly probably counts towards a higher paycheck, right? So, I think we could see some great play out of him. Now, let's take a look at these maps. Okay. Really interesting here.
We got Deadwing, King Sejong
Yeah.
Station, Nimbus, Catalina, and Overgrowth. And Deadwing for the starting map.
That's, I think this is a nice place for DRG to start. I think Deadwing's going to tell us all we need to know. If Innovation wins
Yeah.
Deadwing via macro, then, yeah, pack your bags, DRG. You're out of the round of 8.
King Sejong Station should be a pretty even map for them.
Yeah, I guess. And, you know, Nimbus, that should be innovation favored. Catalina should be innovation favored.
Overgrowth, DRG favored.
Yeah, maybe slightly DRG favored, yeah. But overall, a very good map to finish it on.
When we say favored for some of these, it's not.
Oh, like, for instance,
it could go either way.
Overgrowth is just a great map, you know?
Structurally, there are just some parts of the map that might favor this matchup in one way or the other, depending. We'll keep you guys
Nimbus
posted
and Catalina are like, those are the ones that I would say, structurally, we can be like, ooh, kind of more innovation favored.
Yeah.
Whereas just Deadwing's ridiculous size and ease of taking bases should be good for a Zerg player like DRG.
One thing about innovation is that he's so mechanically perfect.
Yeah.
And I think he handles his openers so well.
He's like an iPhone 5.
Yeah, he is. Not an iPhone 6. I guess that just came
I didn't
out,
even see what that is. I don't even know.
They just came out with the iPhone 6
or something.
It's a bigger screen.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's good or not.
I'm sure it's good.
It's like really hard to tell what any good phone is with the reviews and stuff.
You know
like
what
that.
I am in StarCraft? I'm a flip phone.
Yeah, you are. You're actually a rotary phone. You are a rotary phone. You are a cup with a string in it attached to another cup, Artosis.
You know what you are? You're a caveman's voice. Tasus just yells across the valley, but most people can't hear him. And normally attracts cougars and saber-toothed tigers and stuff.
Artosis is a seashell. So
I'm a plastic Little Mermaid phone from Toys R Us.
You're one of those toy phones you get out of the McDonald's tap mailbox.
You press a button, it goes.
Yeah. You're the phone with all the different Sesame Street characters. I could just call Elmo and Big Bird and stuff. But
they have an app for that now. It's really good.
Really?
I was playing that the other day.
Sick.
All right.
I found out there's apps you can get like for iPad that are games for your cat. Like laser pointer games, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
I thought about getting one for my cat, but I'm a little bit worried it's going to scratch the screen.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I don't know.
I wouldn't do
If anybody's used those apps, let me know if your cat destroyed your iPad, iPhone.
Well, I guess if you have a screen protector, it probably won't get destroyed, but
I guess that's true, yeah.
I don't know. I think I would just buy my cat a cat toy if I had a cat. Yeah.
This is where we get super bougie. I'm like, yeah, my cat has an iPad. Everybody in the family has an iPad.
Actually, you know what's funny? Someone's cat has an iPad in this world.
Yeah, you know that somewhere in the world, someone's cat has an iPad. Let me tell you, that person probably not that happy.
There are people that make $5 an hour, but there's someone whose cat has an iPad.
I feel like there's a cavity in my life, a hole there. But you know what's going to fill is when I get Mr. Muffin Pup an iPad.
Wow.
Cat plays it for like 5 seconds and then just decides real cat toys are better.
Plays it for 5 seconds and goes over and sits and stares at the wall because it's a cat.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, look at that, it's the wall, and it just sits there for an hour. That used to bug me. I had a cat growing up, and I would watch TV like a great show, and the cat's just staring at the wall while I'm staring at the TV. I'm like, why don't you just stare at the TV, cat? We're all staring at it. Must be something going on, right?
All right, we are going into game number 1 here. The winner of this best of 5 goes on to the round of 4 to face off against Cure. In the upper right, in the red, one of the best Terrans in the world.
Innovation.
And by the way, if he does win this, that would be a really cool match to see him against Cure. I would really like that.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Wow.
Wow.
Turner's Terran.
Look, there's a picture of Artosis.
Oh.
No, Artosis, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that was a picture of you.
In the bottom left, in the purple, he is none other than
the
one and only
DongRaeGu.
Building suspense already. Cross spots, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is going to be good for DRG.
Yeah, if he does not win this in a macro game, then
Terran versus Zerg, Bay. Day, okay. Bay, I was like, baby.
That type of Bay is B-A-E, not B-A-Y.
Thank you, Artosis.
Yeah.
Okay, cross spots on Deadwing.
Yeah, this map is so big. I feel like this is a little bit Zerg favored. If you're a good macro Zerg, like you get 4 bases really easily. Terran has to walk so far. It's such a gigantic map. If you're good about your creep spread, then it's insane for them to try to ever do damage to you.
Innovation love here.
Oh, I love innovation
Zerg is love, Zerg is life.
A blizzard of fun.
Austria, no kangaroos. Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but that
there is actually
there are
kangaroos
lots
in Austria.
Of kangaroo. Yeah.
God, this guy doesn't even know. He's never even been to the zoos in his country.
He's probably never even eaten Vegemite before.
Jeez, there's probably even a platypus there.
Yeah.
It's called a zoo, bro.
This is the part where we cue in a Foster's beer joke, and then all the Australians, not the Austrians, but the Australians, and tweeted us like, "It's not from Australia."
Yeah, it's just the word
Crikey,
means
mate.
beer in native Australian.
Yeah,
time. Looks like we have a quick speed here.
Yep.
Reaper coming out for innovation, just very standard stuff. I'm actually like really excited for this game to get going because
it's going to be a little bit of a slow start here.
It's going to tell us so much, this map. Like, I think that you can't really get much better for DRG
really interested
than exactly this.
One of the things that's so great about this round of 8 specifically is each player has a very different, cool narrative. So, I mean, for instance, what if DRG beats Innovation? Then, oh my God, is there a Terran that can actually beat him? I mean, he beat Flash and he beat Innovation. I mean, I know Cure is very good right now, but you really can't count that out as a crazy fact. He could end up getting to the finals at the same time. Cure.
Yeah.
No point in talking about Solar now that he's out, but Cure, the guy who's laddered the most, can laddering nonstop versus, you know, a lot of these other ways that we've seen people prepare.
That's the way
Could
Innovation
that be?
does it.
Yeah, well, he's teamless, but can we get this top ladder player who has not anywhere near the experience that these other guys have? Can he get to the finals? I mean, there's so many cool stories here. If Innovation wins, can he, you know, reach the level that we all viewed him at before?
Yeah, it's hard to say, but I think it's very interesting because if DRG were to now hear me out here, right? Because it's kind of this early part of the game. We're watching rocks go down and stuff. That's just kind of the way this map goes early on. But you know, just the way that this is set up, right? Like most likely in the finals, we're going to have Rain, possibly Zest. There is a slight possibility that Stats can get past one of them in a PvP. I think that Sue is going to have too hard of a time getting back to that finals, but I mean, he's so good that it's a possibility. But the thing is, Sue's ZVZ is amazing. Stats has some of the best PvZ in the whole world, and Rain and Zest are literally brick walls without flaws and stuff. Like, these guys play like the most solid StarCraft in the world, basically.
They are basically the statue of David.
They are both the statue of David.
Yeah, they're two statues of David.
Yeah. Rain is a bit taller, but Zest has bigger muscles.
Bigger packages, but...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to keep keyboards in those packages. But look, those guys are like brick walls. So the thing is, DRG, if he can beat Innovation, I think he can beat Kier too, because the pressure gets more for Kier. DRG can tear people apart, you know, like with his brain as opposed to, you know, any other piece of his play. Like, he can figure out how to beat you. He's very smart. So I feel like if he beats Innovation, he definitely can make it to the finals, but I don't foresee him being able to win, whereas Innovation or Cure might have what it takes, being these like god-level Terrans. I don't know. It is a very interesting GSL we're in.
Yeah.
But, I mean, pretty much it's going to end the same way with Rain just taking it.
You keep doing this. So we have the rocks about to be torn down here. DRG wants to open up circulation here.
Yeah, there's some wonky tank builds that you can do and abuse that little area. He doesn't want none of that, Tasteless.
No, definitely not.
Of course, we can see he's not going for that anyways.
We have Cloak finishing up here.
Yep.
And the Baneling's Nest is starting up as well. The first Banshee is going to come down here. Let's see if DRG is prepared. How many kills can this get? We saw Kira just get so many kills with some of these Banshees that it really snowballed the game.
I don't think that's going to happen to DRG here.
I think it might just a little bit here, actually. This
he should be able to get a few kills, right?
Scorecard's not done yet.
But I don't think it's going to be a lot of kills. DRG
See, he could get one more here. This is up to 6 kills now. 7 kills.
Wow, that's a lot of drones to just let die.
Yeah, and he's going to get even more, it looks like. In fact, he could probably get that last drone there, and then hightail it out of there. Oh my God, even getting creep tumors.
I'm mildly surprised that like the drones don't even try to run. Like, I guess you lose mining time, but the mining time...
Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're watching Mech. Innovation's going to go Mech against Zerg. I'm trying to think. Have I seen this?
Nothing makes Artosis more excited. I don't think... No, we've had Innovation Mech like once or twice. but it was a while back.
Okay, because he is such a bio guy. In his bio, it says, "I love bio." I'm actually proud of that one. That was a good one. Tell me that was a good one.
That was really good.
Thanks.
Hey, that was a 5-star joke right there.
Well, I mean, it wasn't 5-star. You don't even be blowing smoke up my
It was a
bum.
3.5-star joke right there.
Yeah, it was.
It was
totally
definitely
thank
not.
you.
It was definitely not a motel joke.
No.
Now, he's getting a lot of kills on these workers, man.
Yeah, he certainly
and this is going to be very good for Mech because Mech has a little bit of a slower start here. Even though the build that Terran was already doing, and Zerg as well, they have a slower start. Mech really pays off when you start to get close to maxing out because the damage output you have with Mech units is so crazy high. The problem is that if you lose your army once, you're probably dead.
Yeah.
You're also susceptible to drops. Yeah, you could say Nidus Worms in some case, although that's really up to the Terran neglecting checking for that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We have Thor's now being pumped out.
I'm a bit nervous for DRG because he has no idea. He has zero clue what's going on here.
You would assume, too, just knowing innovation. Like, I didn't even imagine Mech being an option here when we're going into this with innovation. He just doesn't really do it.
A lot of times in a TVZ, I'll open it up being like, there's a possibility there'd be Mech. I don't even do that with innovation because I literally can't remember the last time you went Mech against Zerg.
Here's an interesting question, though. Is he only going to Mech in this one game? Is he meching here because these are already not favorable spots for Terran, and he might as well try something that's just completely going to catch Zerg off guard? Because this can happen. Like, if you have not played against Mech in a long time, or just are not anticipating your opponent doing this, look, the way it looks, he would have no idea this is Mech.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just push out, and suddenly DRG just doesn't have the right unit comp. He's like, oh my god, what? You're not supposed to be doing this, but I guess now I lose.
The creep spread is good enough, and he is far enough away that I think that even with the wrong comp, he can probably hold the first one, even though he lost a lot of drones. Like, the map is so big, and map is so immobile, so he'll figure out with these mutas. But about, like, why is he going Mech here? I think it's because if you look at the map, right, like, yeah, it is hard. It's going to be hard for him to use bio and actually kill DRG here. But if you look at this setup, right, like, Mech has a hard time getting a 4th base normally, and then an even harder time getting a 5th base because you get so spread out. But here, you actually don't even really get spread at all taking 5 bases. That 5 bases is the same spread as 3 bases.
Yeah.
It is the same exact spread that you have to guard. So, like, we can actually see a 5-base Mech come out of innovation here. And, that's pretty damn powerful when you can get it basically for free.
Scan here is going to wipe out these creep tumors. By the way, very good creep spread here for DRG.
Yeah, it's quite excellent. He's really been focusing on it, and I think that's one of the most important parts of this map. Like, I think it's a bit Zerg favored in this matchup, but only if you have that creep.
Well, that's exactly why we have innovation cleaning this up out here now, and he's going to get a little bit more of this over here to the right.
Yeah, and he can spend quite a few scans as well, by the way, because Mech is more gas-based than mineral-based, so the mules aren't going to be quite as important.
If you were to just keep dropping mules, you'd end up probably with some weird spot where you'd have to keep making more Hellions or something because it just costs too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Well, he knows now. The Vikings are the giveaway there, not the Thors.
Yeah, that many Vikings?
Yeah, it's like, what?
So we have 9 mutas out so far. An air attack is being upgraded.
Yeah, infestation pit immediately.
Yes.
You think we're going to see Swarm Hosts?
We could. It's hard to say.
I think we will. Because Swarm Hosts, like, he's got such a big economy. Swarm Hosts are good against Mech overall.
Swarm Hosts might also be good simply because it's really difficult to actually go around a Mech army. And, excuse me, for the Mech army to go around the Swarm Hosts because of the lack of mobility. If you put the Swarm Hosts in the middle of the map, they can pretty much hit the Mech army from any angle. That's one problem with Mech, guys. It's not particularly mobile. Especially when you compare that to, Marine Medevac. It's very slow. Okay, so he is going to go for the Swarm Hosts.
Yeah, not surprised.
And he's going to get Roaches here, too.
Yeah, I think he's got to, against Mech, especially on such a big map like this, you're going to basically fill out your tech tree with anything you might need. Because, like, for instance, you can remax on Roaches very quickly and they won't just straight up die to Hellbats. So that's, like, a useful tech to have all set up. And he does already have, well, he doesn't have any ranged attack upgrades. I would really like to see him do that. And I would like to see him go up to Hive, too, because, Vipers can be quite useful. But, the Storm Host overall should slow him down quite a bit. Because then it's like siege up, siege up, siege up, siege up across the map. Or you can try to bust through with mass Hellbats, but that's where the speed banes actually come into play very well.
Okay, so Swarm hosts are coming up now. And they're going to be right outside the Terran's base. I assume this is going to be a planetary here.
Look at that. You literally cannot attack that. You cannot do it.
Now the problem, though, is, you know, Innovation also can't necessarily leave that just yet. But he's getting turrets all over the place. I mean, he just wants to be basically, like, impossible to kill.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's making himself invincible. All you can do against this is send in Locust.
I feel like Innovation...
This game is going to be long.
I feel like Innovation is... become one of those trees, like those tree ants or whatever, like the living tree in like the Legend of Zelda.
The Deku tree?
The Deku tree, yeah, where it's like been around forever.
Well, you know the thing about the Deku tree, dies in the beginning.
Yeah, well, not for his life though. He was actually around for a long time. But this might be the Innovation possibly dying in the beginning of this. I mean, you're right. Terran's impregnable at this point in time. I mean, it's just you cannot get in there. But look at the upper left and the bottom right side of the map. That is all ripe for the picking here for Zerg.
Yeah, there's no way Innovation can do something like take another main. That is way too
frankly, knowing DRG, I don't think he's going to have a problem dealing with this.
Yeah.
I think he's a pretty adaptable player.
You know, it's kind of funny, by the way, because all that damage that was done early on by Innovation is very nice harassment. Normally you'd look at that damage, right, and be like, oh, a Terran player that does this much damage is going to hit a timing attack.
Yeah,
you know, attack lined up with some upgrades and kill him.
Yeah.
But what he did it for was to be able to get everything he wants.
Yeah.
Because he's spoiled. Because he has all the money that he needs as a Terran player right now.
You know, I don't know if I like this for Innovation. I feel like it's actually going to be so easy. The Zerg can take a 5th, 6th. Doesn't even need to go 7th right away, but I mean, he eventually can get that. But I feel like both players can have whatever they want. But the one thing that one player has, the other player doesn't, is the map. I mean,
that is true.
Look at this defensive position. Even if he pushes forward with enough siege tanks, he can just uproot and everything and just go back half a screen and root again.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just not going to end. These are mech units. They're not being repaired. They could be, but they're not right now.
He's definitely going to go mass Ravens in just a second here. Like, he's actually got to lose a few units somewhere. He's got to go and throw something away. Like, his 15 Vikings, 16 Siege Tanks, 78 SCVs. How many command centers does he have? It may be time to actually send some SCVs to their death, because he actually has to start Raven production.
You know, I really just don't like what Innovation did here. I don't think this is going to work. I'm happy to eat my words if he turns this around, but I feel like if DRG plays a perfect game from here, he should win.
You know, for once, I'm going to agree with someone that says Mech will lose.
Yeah, I think this is
because
on this map specifically. If they were in a map where they were tighter together,
yeah. The thing
honestly,
is,
even if it was King Sejong Station or something, I'd be like, this is better. But this is like, I think the worst possible spot to mech on. I mean,
the thing is, you give me a map like Overgrowth, like have these guys in the same position on Overgrowth. Innovation is the map is going to get mined out. DRG may win, but the map will be mined out.
Yeah.
Okay, in this type of spot. But to mine out this map takes so much more that it's hard to describe. Like, this map has so many bases. Let's count the bases.
1,
5,
2.
That's 20 bases on this map. Innovation's going to take 6 probably in this game, maybe 7. If things are going well.
There's never going to be a moment where there's a base he can't take, where we basically are seeing the
Tasis. You're so good. You're so good at your job, Tasis.
Look, there's no other base he can actually take from here easily. You know?
Yeah, I guess the one below his 5th is probably the next base.
That should be something Zerg can take. Not what? Sick.
Yeah, it's something that he can definitely like attack into a bit. You know, like it gets far away is the thing. You gotta have your bases pretty close together as Mech. But you know, we'll see how this goes. I mean, he is pushing forward, right? He is taking pieces of the map right now. And his bank is going up just as quickly, if not quicker, than DRG's.
If Terran wins this, man, this would be the craziest uphill battle. Yes, the Terran's army is just so scary. Man.
Well, it's not uphill till he gets to the 3rd. But, but yeah, well, this is like a really hard scenario to go Mech in. But we'll see if he can do it.
He's just eating. I mean, this is how much damage has Terran actually inflicted during this push, where these Swarm hosts just keep picking up, relocating. Vipers are yoinking other units in there.
Well, he just killed a spore crawler, so that's...
that's something here.
Yeah. But, well, here's the thing. He has to get his Raven count up, and then there will be unlimited point defense drones. And when he gets unlimited point defense drones, then the damage stops coming in from the Zerg. So here are some of the things that we need to see out of DRG, because that is coming. Like, Innovation's going to continue to move forward. Eventually, DRG is going to have to lose some units, and he's going to have to remax. And what he needs to do is get all of his upgrades ready and decide what units he wants and make sure he has a ton of larva. Like, a ton. I would actually really like to see him, if he starts to really bank up money, like I'm talking, he starts getting towards 7, 8K, maybe throw down a couple more macro hatches like in his main or something, because he needs to be able to remax instantly, because he has to actually kill the whole mech army at some point. So, anyways, he's basically got all his tech, right? He's got the Ultraless Cavern. He's upgraded the Flyers quite a bit so far.
This looks like a single-player mission.
A little bit. Actually, only has one air attack. Only has one air attack. I thought he got a little bit more of that. I could have sworn he started air armor. Oh, wait, no, he has 2 air armor. Never mind. So, yeah, he does have
that turret over there.
But look, Innovation is really starting to push forward here.
Yeah, I mean,
he wants to get on top of
I'm going to be blown away if he actually pushes through all these swarm hosts. I don't know what I'll even do, man. This is pretty wild. He's continuing to come down now.
Yeah. He's going to get a base probably here. I like that spine on the high ground. Swarm hosts rush forward. What?
Look, he's trying to get a nice arc out here, because if they're all bunched up, then they're going to die to splash damage. So wait.
Whoa.
And action.
Huh. Kind of interesting.
I think he didn't have the cooldowns.
Yeah, now look at this. Sends the Lings in. This is something that we have seen before from top-end Zerg players. I believe, what was it, Life maybe, that I saw do this before.
Oh my god, nice fungal. Really, really nice.
You can send in Lings with those, with the Locust, because the point defense drones don't stop that. So that timing kind of messed up because they were too close, but... Yeah, look at this. He is he's pushing right forward.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, Innovation
He's literally just
really
powering through this. Guys, this is happening. I cannot believe we're actually seeing someone power through the swarm hosts. In theory, it made sense to me, Artosis. I just never believed it actually could get this far. I seriously never thought he'd even get this far across the map.
Well, he's doing a fantastic job.
He has so many Ravens that I guess he just should continue to have endless point defense drones.
That is the plan.
Should he have just switched into, like, roaches or something?
Well, he has to do a switch eventually.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like once he saw the Ravens, maybe just go all roaches and try to bum rush this.
I think roaches wouldn't quite do it. Yeah, that was
all right, guys, I will eat my words. That worked. That happened. That mech pushed all the way in cross spots through swarm hosts.
It was cool because the way he did it, he got a good amount of Vikings and Thors first to make sure Mutas couldn't hurt him.
And also keep the Ravens safe later on.
Yeah, you got the Ravens a bit later on, so like he took some damage from the Storm Host to start. But then he got the amount of Ravens he needed. And the thing is, his army was almost completely siege tanks. So not only did he have like the reason why he had unlimited point defense drones so quickly is because he didn't waste any time on things like Hellbats. He didn't waste any supply on it. He had so much firepower from the siege tanks that the Locust died so quickly that the point defense drones weren't even used that much. So he was able to push across very quickly. I think he started his push at 5 Ravens. And I'm not sure exactly how many you need for infinite in such a quick push, but he nailed it.
Seemed like he had that.
He nailed it, and really well done. I don't think this bodes very well for DRG.
Have not casted a game like that before. That was a real treat.
I have never seen a TVZ quite like that.
Yeah, that was
because I've seen Mech plenty of times, but a lot of times you starve him out or you do a timing push.
But I mean, he actually just muscled his way through swarm hosts.
Yeah,
it seems almost antithetical to how the matchup works, but no, he actually did it. He just got to this tech that was so perfect. And DRG didn't switch into another tech. I think even DRG didn't believe that there was any way that he would get across the map like that. He was on Swarm Host till the bitter end.
Well, when you have 20 Swarm Hosts, you really don't expect it. But, you know, this is part of why like Innovation made 1 million turrets and everything before he did this. He wanted to be completely safe for the push.
Game number 2 is